Okay, I finally have game sound back. Thanks to the user out there that let me know that I wasn't, they weren't getting the game music out there. I've been down for a day, apparently I didn't even know. Yeah, I hadn't even changed my settings, but every once in a while Windows decides to invert my sound, and I never know when it's going to happen. And I don't have much control over it, so I went ahead and flipped it, and somebody else has got to let me know when they start hearing double sounds again, because that's what I was trying to prevent. Anyway, this is Audap, and let's continue a game of 7 days on Steam. My brain just couldn't keep up. What the hell's going on? The fridge looked emptier than I remembered. There was definitely more stuff in it when I checked it before going to sleep. My hand touched an empty bag of some sort. What? I looked around to see a bunch of empty bags and boxes lying scattered around me. I felt sick. I mean, it was creepy enough to have gobbled up half of my fridge's contents unconsciously, but I even felt more sick in a physical sense. That perhaps was nothing to be surprised about, given that I seemed to have drunk a whole bottle of oil. I did have some stomach medicine, but I doubted it helped much. Just what is happening to me? It's 2:30. I'd have to go to school in just a couple of hours. I wanted to sleep, but there was no way I could do so feeling the way I do. It may have been due to the heartburn, but the hunger seemed to have given me a break for the time being. It'd be nice if it just went away, but maybe going online and communicating with other people would improve my mood a little. I turned on my PS4 and clutched the controller. Sunlight filled my room. It was morning. I still had the controller in my hands. Both the TV and PS4 were still turned on. I must have fallen asleep without realizing it. No way. You gotta be kidding me. I ate like a madman yesterday. But mere thoughts aren't enough to control raw primal hunger. I had to grab something to eat. With no time to marvel at having gotten up so early, I hurried downstairs. It's empty. It looked almost like a brand new fridge. That's right. I ate everything. That memory resurrected the sensation of heartburn in my throat. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to fend off my appetite. Guess I'll drop by a convenience store on the way to school. The weather was nice, if a little bit hot. But my body was more concerned about food than temperature.
いらっしゃいませ。おはようございます。
The clerk greeted me in a cheerful voice. It reminded me of just how sleep-deprived I was. Whenever I ended up in such a state, I usually couldn't eat anything, but those rice balls look delicious. That yakisoba bread looks delicious. Those fried chicken skewers look delicious. I ended up stuffing the basket with 4 times more food than usual. Throwing in a bottle of tea for good measure, I headed to the register. The clerk quickly scanned through my loot. I noticed a snack display by the register. Inside it rested croquettes, meat buns, hot dogs, and more. Stock was plentiful and looked fresh, probably because it was early morning.
お会計が794円になります。
Hokkaido potato croquette, juicy pork bun, still warm Frankfurt sausage. Oh, the potato is the most filling. Can I also get a croquette? I couldn't resist. I'd already bought more than I should logically be able to consume.
はーい。コロッケ1つ入ります。
The clerk dexterously took out a croquette with a pair of tongs and put it inside the bag. She could have easily reached the other snacks if she'd only extended her hand further.
では、お会計変わりまして。
Excuse me.
はい。
Can I have a meat bun and a hot dog too? I couldn't stop myself.
ありがとうございました。
It must have looked pretty weird to see a student heading to school with 2 convenience store bags in each of his hands. Ah, a childhood friend has appeared.
秀一？
What are you doing here? Murasaki gave me a puzzled look.
通学路だから。
Ah, right. Without waiting for her reply, I tore open the meat bun's bag and quickly began chewing on my delicious meal. Murasaki watched me eat for a while, then her eyes slowly moved to the bags in my hands. I'm not giving you any.
いらない。朝ごはん食べてきたから。
Then what do you want?
成長期？
What are you talking about? I swallowed the remainder of the meat bun and began unwrapping my hot dog.
ほら、
Ah, this. I don't know why, but I've been feeling real hungry ever since yesterday.
成長期？
I don't think so.
いいな。
Huh?
週一、まだ伸びる？
What is?
せ、
Well, if I really am growing, then I bet it will. I didn't think people grew that much anymore at my age, though.
恨めしい。
Stop it. At least stick to just being jealous. That didn't sound particularly funny when she said it. You really want to be taller?
身長だけが欲しいわけでもない。週一は見晴らしが良さそう。
What do you mean?
私より遠くのものまでいろいろ見えてるのかと思うと、ちょっと恨めしい。
You mean envious, right? I gave Murasaki a sidelong glance as I took a croquette out of my bag. It's alright. I think you look fine just the way you do now. You wouldn't look like yourself if you got taller.
それは複雑な発言。
Really? I think your heart is perfect now, personally.
週一は私が背が高いのは嫌？
I guess. I don't think I'd hate it exactly, but I prefer you the way you are. It'd be pretty awkward if I had to look up just to talk to her.
ならいっか。
Yeah. Girls are cuter when they're small, is my philosophy.
わかった。
We reached school by the time that conversation came to an end. The bags I held in my hands only had trash inside them now. I ended up eating everything I bought before school even began.
やっぱり成長期？
Don't know. That didn't make much sense, but then again, I ate more than enough to give credibility to that theory. Murasaki and I went to our separate classes. My stomach growled as soon as I reached my seat. This is weird. No matter how much you tried to justify it, it just was plain abnormal. How could I already feel hungry after just eating that massive amount of food? I stroked my belly. It had been bulging out. No way it needed to be stuffed any further. But my appetite just refused to settle down.
よせ。
Oh, you, Kinokuniya, Kinokuniya? Kinokuniya?
なんだとはなんだよ。朝からご挨拶だね。
Unusual to see you here on time.
今日は授業がないからね。こんな日くらい早く来てやってもいいかなと思ってさ。
Wouldn't it make more sense to try not to be late when there's, actual class? You don't think I can skip the closing ceremony, do you?
何言ってるんだよ。成績表をもらっておかないと2学期に何回遅刻していいかわからないじゃんか。
What a walking disaster.
ところで神崎、昨日の
The morning bell interrupted whatever Kinokuniya was trying to say. The homeroom teacher entered the classroom.
体育館に移動しろ。
なんだ、もう移動か。まあいいや、話は歩きながらでも。
My hunger didn't abate even once. Kinokuniya, come with me.
え？ ああ、おい、どこ行くんだよ。
I dragged Kinokuniya to the cafeteria as the rest of the students continued toward the gym.
なんで購買？
I'm hungry.
なんだよ。朝は抜いてきたの？
I did, but
食べたの？
yeah. And a lot, at that.
何時に？
On my way to school.
それ、ついさっきなんじゃないの？
Yeah, I don't think even an hour has passed yet.
珍しいね。神崎、そんな大食いってタイプでもないのに。
Yeah, I'm surprised myself.
いらっしゃい。
Excuse me. Can I get a sea cabbage rice ball, French bread, Yanaku lunch, and a 3-color rice ball? 3-color rice bowl?
あいや、
え、そんな買うの？
終業式だってのに、あんたらサボりかい？
He's the one skipping. I'm just hungry.
一緒でしょ。
まあ、食べ盛りってのは大変よね。うちの息子もあんたたちくらいの年にはすごい量食べてたからね。はい、お待ちど。
Thank you very much.
全部で870円ね。
Here. After receiving the change from the old lady, we moved to a nearby empty classroom. This is good. Oh, no.
本当によく食べるんだね。
It's been happening since yesterday. Ever since yesterday, I can't satisfy my hunger.
何かあったの？
A disgusting feeling crawled into me somewhere from the depths of my body as I remembered. I felt like it might jump out of my very mouth, so I hurriedly covered it.
ああ、おい、神崎。
I kicked the seat I'd been sitting on away and dashed to the bathroom. Fuck. Just what the hell is happening to me? I wiped my tears with my sleeve and managed to flush the toilet.
神崎、お前大丈夫かよ。
Yeah. I lied, glancing at the yet unfinished lunch I'd bought. I felt my mouth watering. No, maybe I'm not. I just puked my guts out, yet I still feel hungry. The reason I became sick wasn't just because I remembered what happened yesterday. My stomach had probably reached its limits. So why? It was as though a monstrous hunger was consuming me from inside. Would it be okay just to give in? Or maybe I should have tried fighting it more. Kinokuniya, throw all that crap away.
え？腹減ってたんじゃ。
I turned away from the food on the desk.
わかった。本当に大丈夫なのかよ、お前。
I don't know. I soon find myself treading the path home. The summer break would be starting tomorrow, but I didn't feel like celebrating. I hadn't eaten anything since that episode with Kinokuniya. Pissed off by my unmanageable hunger, I decided to fight it. A person can survive 7 days just on water alone. In other words, no matter how hungry you feel, there's no way you could die from hunger in just a single day. Shut the fuck up. My stomach hurt, as though with nothing inside it had started digesting itself. Gritting my teeth, I continued my way home. Finally.
シュウイチ、
Mom's somewhat high-strung voice reached me immediately upon entering the house.
あんた冷蔵庫のもの全部食べたの？びっくりしたわよ。もう帰ってきたら冷蔵庫が空っぽなんだもの。
I didn't eat everything.
ほとんど全部。
I was hungry.
そんなに？夕飯と朝食の作り置きも食べたんでしょ？
Yeah.
まだお腹減ってるの？
No, I'm not. Leave me alone.
本当に？お腹減ってるなら寝る前に何か作るけど。
No, no, I'm good. I couldn't let myself give in. You've been working the night shift lately, right? You should go to sleep. I'm tired too. I'll be heading upstairs.
そう。あんたがいいならいいけど。
Yeah, I'm good. Good night. With that, I ascended the stairs.
失恋でもしたのかしら。
I jumped into my bed as soon as I entered my room. I switched the air conditioner on. I became abnormally exhausted. Fuck you. My stomach continued to claim its emptiness. Just what was its problem? I felt like sleep was about the only thing I could do to fight it. I pulled the sheet over me without even bothering to undress. Huh? It was pitch dark outside when I woke up. I stared at the ceiling with my back against the bed. I still feel hungry, but it wasn't as bad as before. The pain had ceased, at least. It was just plain old hunger. Yes. I let out a breath of relief and continued to stare at the ceiling. I didn't feel like doing anything. I heard someone climbing up the stairs.
ご飯どうした？あれ？寝てるの？
Nah, I just woke up.
待って。夜勤から帰ってきて7時間ぐらい寝たわよ。何か食べた？
No.
なんか作ろうか？
No, I'm good.
お腹は？減ってないの？
I hadn't eaten anything since this morning, so my stomach was empty, but I don't have much of an appetite right now.
あ、そう。じゃあ、私一人で何か食べちゃうわね。
Okay. Mom left the room, closing the door behind her.
やっぱり失恋かしら。
Just what was she even mumbling about? I continued to stare at the ceiling. I felt like eating everything in sight earlier, but now... I still felt hungry, but I didn't feel like moving a single finger. Just what the hell is going on? Even thinking about that is pain. I didn't want to think anymore. I heard some sort of noise. It was the air conditioner. It continued buzzing without a moment's interruption. Shut up. I felt annoyed by the fact that I was even annoyed by it. Damn. Shut the fuck up. I plugged my ears and writhed around on the bed as though trying to escape from everything. Seriously, what does all this mean? I opened my eyes, finding myself still scrunched up on the bed. I hadn't done anything since yesterday. I heard Mom moving around this morning, but that was about it. The sun seemed to have already been wending its way toward the horizon, so I must have woken up in the evening. Not only hadn't I eaten today, but I couldn't even get out of bed. I couldn't even remember what I was thinking about. Maybe I wasn't thinking about anything. I felt thirsty. I wanted to go to the toilet. In other words, I was at my limit. I've got to start doing something already, or... I felt like I'd managed to build up enough to move a little at least. Finally, I got out of bed, almost like managing to break a curse. Murasaki had sent me a text. You okay? About what? The other day. Yeah. She was talking about the ghost incident. I feel fine, so it's probably okay. For the past few days, I've done nothing but eat and lay in bed. Quite a way to start the summer break. You sure? What does she mean? Whether I was really okay? I said I was okay. Why is she being so persistent about this? Stop bugging me. Irritated as I was, I ended up replying with something harsh. Sorry. That left me feeling guilty. She really was being overbearingly persistent, though. I could understand why she'd be worried, though, but for whatever reason, I felt very irritable. I probably should quit this convo before I hurt her more. Thanks for worrying about me, thought the kitty. The hell is that? Might as well put something in my stomach. I finished the text conversation with Murasaki like so and left the room. Descending to the kitchen, I opened the fridge. It was empty. Ah, right. I ended up eating everything. I knew it was my fault, and yet an unreasonable anger rose up from somewhere in the depths of my stomach. Hey, did you buy anything?
あ、ごめん。まっすぐ帰ってきちゃったから。
Huh? But we don't have anything to eat.
だから、これからお買い物に行くところなんだけど。
Oh, why didn't you drop by the market on your way back?
白衣持って帰ってきてるし、一回家に荷物置こうと思ったの。私だって疲れてるんだから。何珍しくピリピリしてんのよ。
I'm not grumpy.
あんた、振られたからってお母さんに当たらないでよね。
I wasn't turned down. I don't even have anyone I like.
紫ちゃんがいるじゃない。
Oh, what's she got to do with this? She's the only person you can think of?
誰よ。
No.
かわいそうな我が息子。
Don't pity me. That makes it worse.
とりあえず、私は買い物してくるから。じゃ。
Blank. Fuck. What in the goddamn hell? I spent the remainder of the day in frustration. I tried playing games, but they only pissed me off. All of them felt the same, and I didn't want to play any in particular. I tried going outside, but the goddamn summer heat was beyond infuriating. Then I tried doing nothing, but that pissed me off most of all. No matter what I did, it made me feel worse. Damn it. Why did I feel so irritable? At this point, I just couldn't help but admit that there had to be something seriously wrong with me for the past few days. I never had any issues with my temper before. If anything, most people probably thought of me as being aloof. Even if something really serious happened, I'd only get a little upset. So my current behavior was clearly abnormal. There had been something weird going on with me ever since that insatiable hunger attack. Did anything in particular happen around that time? The Blu-ray. That thing was still inside my PS4. Didn't all this weird stuff start happening to me after I ran into that ghost? That this might have been to blame for all of it. This fucking cursed Blu-ray piece of shit. I pushed the eject button on my PS4. Unable to wait for it to finish, I grabbed it as soon as it appeared from the slot. It's your fault, you motherfucking... It's all because of this goddamn disc. I grasped the stupid thing in both of my hands and gave myself over to anger. The cursed Blu-ray let out a cracking sound as it broke in two. Fuck you. I threw the resulting pieces into the garbage bin. A noise woke me up. The ceiling felt further away than usual for some reason. Huh? My hand was pressed against a chilly wooden frame. I was lying on the floor. What the hell? Was I sleeping, or had I fainted? What was this feeling? I felt very sexually excited for some reason. I suddenly realized that my phone had woke me up just now. Shuuichi. Still angry? I'm sorry about earlier. Shuuichi? It was Murasaki, and it seems she felt guilty for making me angry earlier. That was quite cute of her. I wonder what kind of expression the usually deadpan Murasaki would make in a situation like this. Damn, I really want to see it. Can you come over for a bit? Now? Yeah. Okay. It's been a while since I felt so excited. It was almost like how I felt reading my first erotic manga. This was kind of strange. I'd never thought of Murasaki like that before. It had never even occurred to me. Well, whatever. That didn't matter. I just wanted to see her face as soon as possible and touch her. I threw my smartphone aside and left my room.
秀一
Murasaki. I opened the front door to see Murasaki standing there, looking more anxious than usual. Having grown up together, I'd seen her a million times, but now that I really looked at her, her body really had developed from that of a girl to that of a woman. It'd be going too far to call them large, but her breasts had definitely...
秀一どうしたの
Huh? Sorry, I spaced out there for a sec. Damn. What the hell was I thinking? I couldn't possibly think of her like that.
大丈夫なんだか嫌な
Sweet scent tickled my nostrils as she leaned in closer. At this distance, she couldn't possibly blame me for touching her. The smooth skin on her slender shoulders made it clear to me that she'd already become a woman. It was surprisingly soft to the touch. I wanted to touch her more.
秀一
Murasaki looked up at me with a confused expression. She was so cute. Since when had she grown into such a woman? Also, why was she blushing like that? Do you love me? I had no idea what I was saying, but I enjoyed her reaction just the same.
秀一からかってる
Murasaki seemed uncharacteristically flustered by this. Cute. Her pheromones tickled my nose each time she moved. I wanted to smell her more, too. I pressed my face against her neck and took a deep breath. It hit my brain like a drug, stimulating my desire for her even further.
秀一ダメスンスンしないで
Murasaki's breath tickled my earlobe. It felt so good to touch her, so I wanted to do it even more.
ダメそれ以上は
She jumped away as I slid my hand into her clothes.
何してるの
What do you mean? The sensation of touching her skin still remained on my hand. I just wanted to touch you. What the hell was I saying? I had just been enjoying the sight of Murasaki's reactions. It even seemed like she wasn't completely against it, which made her struggle with her words.
おかしいよ秀一がいきなりそんなことするなんて思わなかった
Murasaki began tearing up and she ran back home. Yes, I was acting strange. My mental state was all over the place and I couldn't control myself. It disgusted me how, despite everything, my lust was still rising up from the pits of my stomach. I couldn't calm down. Was it because I hadn't done it for a while? God damn it. I may have just ruined my relationship with Murasaki, and that was still all I could think about. I noticed a dim light blinking on my smartphone. Did someone call me? It was Kanokunya. How unusual. Kinokunya. It also seemed to have sent me a text message. Or he also seemed to have sent me a text message. Still alive? The hell is that supposed to mean? Sorry, I was away. What's up? This was the first time he'd ever called me directly. Did something happen? No. That was quick. Hello? What's going on?
まだ生きてたんだね。ひとまず安心したよ。
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
単刀直入に言うと、神崎、やばいかもしれない。
You're talking about the cursed Blu-ray, right?
嫌な飲み込みの速さだね。
And how am I in danger?
高橋を覚えてる。終業式の前の日の。
Yeah? Yeah, sure. He woke me up.
あの日、あいつが言ってたことを覚えてるか？
No?
食っても食っても食い足りない。
A shiver ran down my spine. Did he really say that?
ああ、確かに言ってたね。それでさ、神崎、 お前も異常に食べてたよね。
Yeah, I have.
それってビデオを見た翌日？
Yeah?
高橋はビデオを見たら女の霊に襲われたって言ってた。なあ神崎、お前も合ってるんじゃないのか？それと
Kinokuniya was normally a dumbass, but today of all days he seemed unusually sharp. I might have.
なんだよそれをなんで言わないんだその日に。それじゃ高橋と全く同じ状況ってことじゃないか。
I mean, you're the one that gave me the disc. This is kind of all your fault.
やっぱりそのビデオ本物なのかよ。
But I didn't see the ghost again since.
その後だるくなかった？
Huh?
次の日だよ、暴食の次の日。全てのことが面倒くさいような感覚に襲われなかった？
How the hell do you know that?
終わった。おいおいおい、それじゃ言ってた通りじゃん。
What are you even talking about?
神崎、それ冗談とかじゃないよね。
No, it's all true.
じゃあ高橋と同じだから、聞いた通りであいつの言ってた暴食、怠惰、糞。
Oh, wait. Explain everything to me from the beginning. He suddenly started saying something really bizarre.
まずさっきふと気がついたんだ。高橋の言ってたことと神崎の暴食が同じだって。それでそのことを例のブルーレイを持っていた記者に話したら、記者の情報の通りだったんだ。
Sources?
神崎、ビデオを見たのは何日前？
It was the day before yesterday, so...
今日で3日目か。時間は？
like at what hour? I don't remember.
大体でもいいから。
We had class in the morning, and I watched it right after getting back home, so... around evening?
3日前の夕方。ということは、フンヌか。
Wrath?
今、やたらと腹が立ったり、イライラしたりしない？
No, I felt that earlier, but...
さっき？今じゃなくて？
yeah, just earlier.
ちょっと待て。さっきまで？
What the hell's your problem?
なんだよあいつ。話が違うぞ。感情はだいたい24時間周期で入れ替わるって。
Change?
だからフンヌは明日の夕方までで、その後に性欲が来るはず。
Hey.
それとも何か回避方法が。
Hey.
あ、悪い。
I don't get it. Are you telling me that these phases change every 24 hours?
飲み込み早いな。
I'd have been even quicker if the guy could have explained shit properly. And being horny is next.
ああ、
You sure about that order? Maybe it changes depending on the person.
俺は受け売りだから何とも言えないけど、記者曰く複数の経験者が同じことを言っているらしい。
And how many cases has he looked into?
しかもどの話も感情の循環については共通しているからこそパターンが見えてきた。そうだ。
This is one complicated curse. Why didn't you just kill the victims outright?
それで神崎の状況でいくと、明日の夕方から性欲のタームが。
I'm in it right now.
え？
I can kind of feel it. I mean...
は？フンヌを飛び越して性欲が来たってこと？
No, I was really irritable this evening when I woke up. But it ended real quick, and then I got these horny symptoms.
どんな？
I'm not telling you that. Piss off. I might be full of desire, but I have no desire to satiate some asshole's perverse curiosity.
ちょっと待って。でもそれは余計にまずくない？
What do you mean?
呪いのブルーレイを見ると7日で死ぬって話だったでしょ。さっきも話したけど、7日には内訳があって、1日サイクルで7つの感情に侵されるらしいんだ。食べ過ぎから始まって全てが嫌になる、怒りっぽくなる、性欲が強くなる、激しい嫉妬、勉強や本にのめり込む、そして最後は死ぬ。
Death. And that's over 7 days?
だけど神崎の場合はなぜかフンヌからすぐ性欲が来てるんだろ。
So does that mean it's going at a quicker pace now?
わからない。早まるなんて話は聞いてない。けどあり得るよね。
If it's all true, that is.
ここまで合致しててまだ疑うのかよ。でもどうして突然ルールが崩れたんだ？神崎、何かしたんじゃないか？
Huh? Like pray or go to an exorcist? No.
お祓いだとしたら死のカウントダウンを進めちゃってるから大失敗だね。
Time limit. Then maybe I did the opposite of that, something that cursed me even harder. I looked down and thought, only to catch a glimpse of my garbage bin. Ah.
どうした？
The pieces of broken Blu-ray still lay inside. I broke it.
割った！呪いのブルーレイを？
Yeah, the cursed Blu-ray.
嘘でしょ？勇敢にも程があるでしょ。
No, I mean, the wrath thing made me do it.
だとしてもそれは死が早まったとしてもおかしくない。神崎、お前たたられるぞ。
I thought I was cursed before that. Does that video really kill people?
断言できないけど、少なくともフンヌまでは聞いた話の通りに来てる。素直に考えたらこの後も。
Seriously? I still couldn't believe any of this was happening. So how did those who watched this thing before me end up? Before me. Right. What about Takahashi? What's going on with him right now?
ああ、それはこの後連絡しようと思ってたんだ、高橋に。
I see.
ひとまず連絡を取ってみるよ。
Yeah, tell me anything you can find out. I hung up and tossed my phone on the bed. That cursed Blu-ray was the real thing after all. Well, duh, I'd already seen a real ghost with my own eyes after all. It sounded like my front door had just been unlocked. I really didn't like that. Huh? Murasaki? I found Murasaki standing in the corridor. It was a perfect chance to touch... Shut it. If Kinokuniya information was to be trusted, I was now cursed to be extremely horny. I had no idea why a cursed video would be doing that, but it definitely explained my earlier behavior. I had to try and maintain my sanity no matter what. What is it? The silence was so awkward. I'm sorry about before. I don't know what had gotten into me.
そう、今の秀一はおかしい。
Huh?
秀一にされたことで混乱しちゃったけど、嫌な感じがしてた。その正体が分かった。あなたは誰？
Huh? What?
秀一はちょっと黙ってて。今、秀一の中にいる人に話しかけてる。
Inside me?
不思議だったの。あの女の霊を確かに見たはずなのに、私が来た時は全く気配がなかった。きっともうどこかへ行ってしまったんだと思ったけど、そうじゃない。その人は多分ずっと秀一についてたの。私でも気づけないような潜み方ができるくらい強力な人だと思う。
I wonder how the strength of spirits is quantified exactly.
だけど秀一、私が助けてあげるね。
Would Murasaki be all right fighting such a strong spirit as that?
あなたは誰？
My body suddenly felt very heavy.
答えて！あなたは誰？
The heaviness shifted to my shoulders. Where the hell is that pressure coming from? I heard an unfamiliar voice. It wasn't mine. I wouldn't be able to speak in my present condition even if I wanted to. Breath escaped my throat as though acting on its own.
あなたは誰？
I something possessing me?
あなたはもう一人いるの。
I'd never seen Murasaki act like this.
そんなに。今のが全部週一に。
No way. Don't look at me like that, Murasaki. A mask of despair. That was what Murasaki's face had turned into. Murasaki realized something had been inside me and returned to my home to help. She had probably been planning to exorcise it. But
今日お父さんがいてくれれば。ごめんね秀一。私だけでなんとかしてみるから。
Murasaki's voice trembled. I couldn't even speak from the pressure that was bearing down upon me.
あなたたちは何が望みなの？
どうして出して出して出して出して
My whole body suddenly tightened.
待って、何から出してほしいの？
The pressure crushing my body got tighter and tighter. The woman was in pain and wanted to get out of something. And my body tightened further and further, proportional to that suffering. I didn't exactly know that, but I felt it to be true in the back of my mind. I shared her pain.
待って、お願い。その人を殺さないで。
An odd sound, like a withered tree snapping. It came from somewhere very close. Maybe even my own body. The bone connecting my elbow to my wrist folded in two. I couldn't even tell if I was screaming out of pain or fear.
待って、お願い、待って。 Kanzaki, you alive? It seems like nothing happened to Takashi after the Hungry Day. It completely stopped on the evening after the closing ceremony. I think that's because the curse transferred to you. Anyway, you basically saved him. Now we've just got to figure out how to get you out of this. It felt so strange. I think I still felt pain by the time the third bone broke. After that, everything became distant, and I took in the situation in a calm and objective manner. Having broken all over, my body soon crumpled itself into a small ball. My consciousness shut off. I didn't know how people die, but my death just seemed to have happened in that moment. On the plus side, it was over before I could feel too much pain. On the other hand, Murasaki was exposed to my death without being able to do anything to stop it. That would probably traumatize her for life. I was sure she'd be able to get over it, so I hoped she wouldn't have let it kept her down for too long at least. The same applied to Mom. It made me sad to leave her behind. I had plenty of regrets, but it was too late for them now. I'd probably have enough time to lament them later. I was more interested in what was going to happen to me in the future. If I had any sort of future, that is. Heaven, hell, or maybe reincarnation. 分かっていただけましたか？
What?
私たちの苦しみを。
You mean...
陰鬱とした感情と、今もなお私たちを燃やし続ける憎しみの炎。
I got that sure enough.
ごめんなさい。やりたくてやったのでは。
I understand. That was all of your suffering.
ありがとうございます。
So what happens to me now? I'd like to go to heaven, personally.
ごめんなさい。天国ではなくて、
Is it full?
そういうことでもなくて。
Well, that's a bit of a surprise. I didn't think I was that bad.
いえ、その、悪い意味では。
Then where are you gonna take me?
可能性の分かれるところへ。
Excuse me?
紫さんがいるあなたの環境であれば、あるいは
What could be possible?
新しい可能性を切り開いて、私たちを助けてくれるかもしれません。 お願いします、修一さん。私たちを終わらせてください。
Wow. It's a very unusual game so far.
なあ、聞いてくれ。聞いてくれよ。
A loud voice woke me up. How long did I sleep? I felt like I had a nightmare.
マジだったんだよ。髪の長い女に取り憑かれちまったんだ。
Damn, loudmouth. Probably Takahashi from class 2.
ああ、何言ってんの？
お前のせいだぞ。昨日から食っても食っても食い足りないんだよ。
元気じゃん。
It really is.
分かってない。分かってないぞ、紀ノ国屋。
I figured the other guy had to be Kinokuniya. Kinokuniya. He must have pulled some prank or another again.
例の呪いのビデオだよ。
呪いのビデオ？ああ、あんなもん信じてんの？
それが本当だったんだ。お前も見てみろよ。
おっと、危ないな。投げるなよ。
来るな。来るな、貞子。うわー！
間違えてリングでも見たかな。
Hearing Kinokuniya return to his seat, I opened my eyes. Hey, keep it down. People trying to sleep here.
確かに騒がしかったけど、放課後に寝てるお前もどうなのさ。
Okay, so this is a game where you loop. Well, you know me, I enjoy games where you loop through time. I certainly enjoyed Raging Loop a lot. Looks like this is maybe going to be along the same lines. I don't know. But we'll stop it there for right now. This is Audapostrophe. You've been watching 7 Days on PC. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.